Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Actors Area Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Grant. Yes. Another week, another fun-filled week full of auditions, full of TV shows and commercials and all that great stuff, and research and learning and teaching and gaining wisdom and helping, all that fantastic stuff you experience as an actor or actress. Welcome. Glad to have you with me today. Just want to talk about how important and significant it is for you to refuse to be desperate as an actor or an actress. I did an episode on this in the past, but I really want to rehash, so to speak, on the ideas of understanding that you have the power. You know, if you look in the description, it says you have the power to own the environment. Not just the room. So this goes further than the audition room. This goes like on set. This goes like in meetings. This goes like you have. And I'm not telling you to be like some egotistical fool, wielding your proverbial sword all over the place to try to make people respect you. Because what I find is too many actors go one side or the other of the spectrum, whereas they're super humble and people walk all over them, or they just become straight up douchebags and people wind up hating them. No, I'm saying go in to each and every place with confidence, knowing that you have all and everything, all the skills, all the demeanor, the physical prowess, whatever it is, to do your job and to do it well. So you don't need to be desperate. Nobody hired you because it was out of desperation. Yeah, you might get the job because you have a friend, but nobody hired you out of desperation. So don't give people the opportunity to look down on you. Like, I see this so often that, actors kind of like cut their power source off even before they get in front of people to interview for a job or to audition for a job. You don't have to do that. Like that just, to me, that does not do you any good whatsoever, because guess what, man? Energy is universal. So the energy you're giving off to somebody, they are going to feel it. They might not know where it's coming from, but they're going to feel it in their bodies. And it's not going to be something where they say, you know what, I want to work with this person. I want to give this person, book this person for this role. They're not going to say that if you're giving desperation, right? So you never need to be desperate. If anything, you walk into that room saying to yourself and being convinced already that, you know what, they need me to be in this production to allow it to be the very best that it can be. They need me to be at my best so I can make their job as easy as it possibly can be. What you got to do, you got to go into, and here's one of my favorite things. You go into an audition and you're so confident, you walk in with a smile. I call it disarming everybody in your way. And so when you're disarming everybody in your way, basically those walls that they put up and that stress that's lingering, usually it just kind of is broken down. And all of a sudden you become two human beings again, which is how it should be. I don't know how or where. Maybe it's because casting directors is under so much stress, and directors are as well, from, studios and stuff like that and productions. But I never really understood why it had to be such a stressful situation. You got this talented actor or actress coming in who really would like to offer their services to you. Make it an easy, enjoyable experience, right? Make it an experience that says, you know what, show me what you can do. I'm really rooting you. I remember I was auditioning for this film in San Diego, and it was a basketball film, and I was playing like a basketball coach. And these were the nicest guys you ever wanted to meet. They were chill. We wind up started dribbling and passing the ball around during the audition and stuff like that. And it became something that was so enjoyable. I left that audition on a high because I really felt like I connected to these guys because they were willing to see me as a person first, then as an actor, then as a potential, somebody who could work with them. And that's how it should be. You know, a lot of times the industry is riddled with stress, which is why you see so many people with gray hair before they reach the age of 40, you know, which is why you see so many people just kind of lose it sometimes because they put themselves under so much stress when everybody should be doing yoga, you know, before the day starts, or meditating in some kind of capacity. So they're not in that energy of desperation, right? So for you as an actor, your job is to always experience an air of confidence. And if you're not sure where to reach your confidence from, just look at the time that you've put in to being an actor, an actress, or performer. Like, think about the time you've put in. Think about all the auditions that you've done. Think about the stuff that you've booked. And if you hadn't booked anything yet, think about how hard you've worked in class and gone to school and research. Think about all those things that bring confidence to you. And know that you're still doing it to this day. You're still going. You're still putting your best foot forward to be what your heart truly desires you to be. Okay? And by doing that, you experience confidence. And just know, regardless of who you're going to read for, it's just a person. It's just another human being. We're all connected. Nobody is like, you know, you're not going to walk into the room and all of a sudden Thanos is like sitting at the you know, sitting in the casting room and sitting at the desk with a camera waiting for it to polarize you or anything like that. No, it's just another person. And the way that you deal with that in the best possible way or capacity is just to disarm the energy if it comes off as stressful, but never be desperate. Never be desperate. No actor should ever be desperate. All this bullshit about like people sleeping to get roles and stuff like that. Don't even be associated with that, because what happens is when you find that you're compromising yourself and compromising your integrity to be something that you truly wanted, you set yourself up to turn to drugs, because honestly, then at that point, you can't really sit with yourself, because you know that you didn't do it in a way that you thought was respectful. If you can't tell your mom about it, you probably shouldn't be doing it, okay? So do it the right way. And if you do it the right way, I promise you, you'll feel so much better about it. You inspire so many more people that are willing or wanting to do the same thing that you are, okay? So no desperation under any means, under any circumstances. No desperation, no clinginess. You don't have to need to get a certain type of job. You don't have to book this job. Like, throw that shit out the window, because, like I'm saying, people feel it. They can feel it. Even if they're not into self-transformation, self-awareness, heart-based stuff, they can feel that when you start resonating that energy just as much as they can feel the confidence, you know? So bring in confidence, bring in love, bring in joy, bring in the idea that you're going to be happy no matter what happens today as you do this audition, as you go on set, as you work with these individuals. But own your power and own the environment. Not in a sense that you're dictating everything, but in a sense that you can feel the respect coming from everybody else. Because here's what happens. Here's what happens in the film industry, and it always happens this way. Always. Every set I've been on. And maybe a few, not so much, but anytime I've ever been on a big set, people have a tendency to size you up from a vibrational standpoint. They tend to size you up. And what's funny is some of them are stupid enough that you could just be the producer and they don't even know, but they'll kind of like give you this certain aura about themselves. And you're just kind of like, well, who the fuck is this idiot, you know? But learn from that. Learn from that and understand, you know what? The number one rule of thumb is treat everybody on set with complete love and respect, and don't think twice about it, because like they say, you never know who's who, but it doesn't matter who's who. We're all human beings. So treat everybody with love and respect, but also treat yourself with the same love and respect, because I can honestly tell you, I've been on sets where I've been a PA, a transportation guy, and I carry myself like I'm the executive producer. and people come up to me and they want to shake my hand because they're trying to figure out who I am. And then they you can see their energy changes when I tell them, oh, I'm just here working transportation for the day, helping out a friend. They're like, oh, okay, got it. That they thought I was somebody else. But it's because my energy was resonating at a level that commanded the respect and the love from everybody around me. And that's all you need to do. Even if you go and work as an extra on set, carry that energy about you. I just shot a commercial with Brightline, which is a cool train system here in South Florida. They're also going to plan on doing a setup to where they have a train go from Vegas to LA, which should be awesome. But anyway, that entire time I was booked as kind of like a principal role. And before I know it, I had the head the PR guy and the producer buying me coffee at the end of it, asking me what I thought about certain shots. And it's because of the aura that I carried. I carried this executive aura, this not even, but a leadership type aura where people look to you. I'm like, okay, this is your shoot. You're being paid to do this shoot. Why are you asking me what I think about it? But then I just kind of took it in stride because it's good when people recognize that you are a leader, that you can make decisions, that you can keep a cool head about yourself, and they flock to that. Every human being wants to be near a leader, and regardless if you're one on the call list or you're number 57 on the extra list, you can still be that leader that stands out in any situation, in any environment, and that is what owning the environment comes down to. So never feel like you have to be desperate. Never feel like you need a certain job, because there is a job out there for you that is ready for you to just embrace it and to do your very best. And that's exactly what will transpire if you allow it to. And remember to always be at peace, always be calm, always be chill. Never sacrifice yourself, your ethics, your integrity, or your ideals for a job as well. Case in point, if it does not feel right. It's okay to feel nervous. It's okay to feel apprehensive. But if it does not feel right, when I say right, you don't feel like a bit of excitement for it, kick that shit to the curb. Don't even entertain it at that point, because it's not something. This is where trusting your intuition, trusting your gut comes in. It's not going to be something that makes you happy in the long run. So just trust what your gut is telling you right now and move forward from that point on. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. We will talk soon. Thank you so much for this. Such an important message. So glad you're here to join me today. And feel free to share this podcast. So much information out there for actors and actresses to learn about where they are and where they're going. So feel free to share it. Feel free to share it on your pages, whatever it is. Let's help each other out. Let's help each other to progress and to evolve into the very best performers that we can be. I can't talk this morning. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. We'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.